Hello and welcome. My name is Seshu and I'm part of DVCOM support and training team. In this video, I'm going to show to you how to configure VigorAP with multiple VLANs with multiple SSIDs. So this lab is going to be very interesting, guys. And before I'm going to start my lab, I just want to explain to you the lab topology. Then after that we can proceed for the configuration. So now you can see here, this is my lab topology. So here I have a DrayTek router which is Vigor 3912, which is acting as my gateway, and it is connected with the WAN interface on port number 3. And by the way, this is connected to my home network, guys, because in my home we have a router which is connected directly with my local service provider, and from there I have connected on port number 3, so that I'm going to get the IP address as 192.168.254.0/24. So this is the subnet, and my local router from service provider, which is configured with 192.168.254.1. Now port number 9, so that I want to configure it as multiple VLANs, guys. This is something tricky because most of the people that try to ask me this question, how to configure multiple VLANs, how you are going to tag, can you please explain to me? So this is the video, you can see it like how you can tag, because whatever configurations that I'm doing here, it's similar to all your DrayTek devices. So here my plan of action is that I want to create 3 different VLANs that I want to configure it. Let's say I want to tag on port number 9, VLAN number 10, 20 and 30. Okay, guys. And by default, as you know that in the DrayTek router, all the LAN interfaces are configured with VLAN 1, which means LAN 1, and the default subnet is 192.168.1.0/24. So now my plan of action is that I want to tag 3 different VLANs, VLAN number 10, 20 and 30. Then my plan of action is that for VLAN number 10, I want to use it 192.168.10.0 subnet. For VLAN number 20, I want to use it 192.168.20.0 subnet. For VLAN number 30, I want to use it 192.168.30.0 subnet. Then this is the interface on port number 9. I want to tag all these VLAN IDs, and which is connected on my Vigor switch, which is PQ2200XP. This is the multi-gig switch, guys. It's a PoE and multi-gig switch, and I'm going to connect on port number 16. So here on this Vigor switch, I'm going to configure 3 different VLANs. There is a VLAN number 10 and VLAN number 20 and VLAN number 30. So these 3 VLANs I'm going to configure, and I'm going to tag these 3 VLANs on port number 16. So basically here 10, 20 and 30, I'm going to make it as a tag. So you can say this is my trunk port. I'm going to tag these 3 VLANs on port number 16, and untagged will be my default VLAN, which is 1. Okay, guys. And my access point, which is connected here on port number 1, I think so. I'm sorry, it's on port number 2, guys, not on 1, it's port number 2. Okay, and port number 2, what I'm going to do, which is connected here, my AP, it's on port number 2. Okay, and here what I'm going to do, again I'm going to make it this port as a trunk port, and I'm going to tag all these VLANs 10, 20 and 30. And untagged VLAN will be VLAN number 1. Okay, guys, don't get confused because most of the people, whenever they see the VLANs and all, they will feel some kind of confuse here. So that's why, to avoid this confuse, first of all, what I'm going to do, I'm going to access my DrayTek switch and I'm going to configure it as we discussed. Then after that, I'm going to configure my DrayTek router. So it will be little bit lengthy video, guys, but you really enjoy this video. Okay, so first of all, before I'm going to configure how I'm going to access my DrayTek switch, this is what everyone has a doubt. So it's very simple, guys. As you know that right now it's all these devices are connected on LAN number 1, LAN 1, and my switch, it picked the IP address from my DrayTek, which is 192.168.1.11, and my AP has picked it 192.168.1.12. and as you know that the default IP address for my DrayTek router is 192.168.1.1. okay, so that if I go to my DHCP server, because right now my DrayTek router is acting as my DHCP server, that's why if you go to the DHCP table, you can see what is the IP address as picked by who. Okay guys, you can able to see that. So right now this guy is acting as my DHCP. Okay, that's why I can able to access it. But Seshu, how you know that this IP address is who picked that? Don't worry guys, because before I'm going to set up this lab, I just went and I saw it. Okay, let's go and check it now. Okay, let's go and check it. So first of all, open my browser, and you can see here this is my Vigor router, which is 192.168.1.1, and the default username is admin, default password is admin. Click login. So once you enter into my DrayTek router, you can go here on system maintenance, not system maintenance guys, in case if you want to update the firmware or if you want to change the password, you need to go there. Because right now I don't want to do any configurations, I just want to show it to you the DHCP table. So for that you need to go to the diagnostics, then click on the DHCP table. There you can see here. So here you can see my AP, VigorAP, which is pick this IP address 1.12. And 1.11, I know the MAC address of my switch, which is picked by this guy, 1.11. And by default, the IP address of my PC is 1.14. It has picked previously. And the default IP address of the LAN 1, which I told you guys, which is 192.168.1.1, which is the IP address for my Vigor router. So now what I'm going to do now, let's go and see here. This is my 1.11. Just say refresh. See, I can able to access it, and you can see the access point. Just refresh it. See, I can able to access it. So right now I have a DrayTek Vigor 3912 as a router, and 1.11, which is my DrayTek switch, which is PQ2200XB, and 1.12, which is my access point, which is 1062C. So first of all, as I discussed, I'm going to configure it from my Vigor switch. So let's go and log in now. So click on admin, type the admin, password is admin, say login, say okay, cancel this. So right now you guys can see here my access point is connected here. That's the beauty of your DrayTek guys. See, it's showing the power symbol. So the power symbol is indicating that that's my AP, because there is no other device are connected, and my PC is connected here. This is my PC on port number 11, and port number 16, which is connected to my DrayTek router. So this is what exactly. So by seeing this, you can able to understand. This is my DrayTek router, and this is my PC, and this is connected to AP, which is 1062. Okay guys, so now this is my latest firmware. You nothing to worry about it. In case if you want to download the latest firmware, you just go to the DrayTek website and you can download it as well. Okay, let's move on to the first thing. I'm just going to the system maintenance. I just want to show you something here. You can see, just go to the general and go to the time and schedule here, and in case if you want to change the date and time, you can able to change it guys. Okay, just you can go here, and if you want to do that, you can do it as well. So right now I don't want to do any changes here because it's perfectly right. Okay, it's auto detected my time zone. You can see here, in case if you disable that, you can disable it and you can select it here. Then after that you can click OK. Thank you very much. Then you can able to see here. Anyway, my DrayTek device, my switch is getting internet, that's why it syncs properly. Now the next thing is that you can see here in the configuration section, in case if you want to take a backup or if you want to restore, you can do it from here. And in case if you want to upgrade the firmware, just go to the firmware and select the download the latest firmware and update it. That's what. And you can see here there is thanks to DrayTek guys, there is a current firmware version and backup firmware version. So right now it's working with 2.8.1. If you click activate, then you will back to the backup firmware version. So far I don't want to do anything. And also if you want to change your IP address of your switch, you can just go to the system maintenance and click on the access management, and you can see here by default it's selected as a DHCP. This is what I used to tell you guys. By default, if you keep your switch into your network, if any DHCP server is running, by default your switch will contact the DHCP server and it will get the IP. So if you want to avoid those kind of issues, just select the static and configure manually, so that your switch will get the, it will not contact the DHCP server. It will always remain same whatever IP address you configure it here. Okay, and also we are going to support IPv6 as well. So far I don't want to do any changes, guys. Just move back to my configuration and I want to set up the VLANs. Let's go and do that. So by default you can see here there is a VLAN number 1, which is the default VLAN, and voice VLAN and surveillance VLANs. So I don't want to talk about these things right now. As per my laptop policy, I need to create 3 different VLANs. So the first one is that VLAN number 10. So let's say this is my staff. Then click on OK. There you go. Then after that I want to create one more VLAN, which is my VLAN number 20. Then this is my management. Say OK. Then third one I want to create for my guest, so which is 30. Then click on OK now. So far you have configured 3 different VLANs, VLAN number 10, 20 and 30. Now I want to move to, in VLAN number 10, as per my lab topology, as I told you guys. So port number 16, which is connected on my DrayTek router directly, so that I just want to tag these 3 VLANs there, right? So for that you need to go to the port setup here, and you can see here there is a VLAN. Don't get confused, guys. Here you will see general is there. So by using general you can see what ports are active and all. You can able to see it here. Yeah, which ports are up and running, what ports are active. You can see there is active. Why it's active? Because it's connected with my AP 2.5 GE2. So these are all gigabit ports, guys. That's the beauty of DrayTek. Thank you so much, DrayTek. Yeah, and also you can see here port number 16 is active, and again port number 11 is active because my PC is connected on port number 11. Okay, because this is what you can able to see it, which ports are active, which ports are inactive, whether it's in the duplex, everything you can able to see it. Okay, now click on the VLAN. So as I discussed, so port number 16 I'm going to tag this 3 VLAN. So I want to make it as a trunk port, and the PVID, per VLAN identifier, is a VLAN number 1. And what are the VLANs that I'm going to tag? VLAN number 10, 20 and 30. Then after that say OK. Now you guys can see here. So port number 16 we made it as a trunk port, and it's going to tag with VLAN number 10, 20 and 30, and the default VLAN is 1. And same thing, my AP is connected on port number 2, so I want to make it as a trunk port. So how to do that? Just go to the trunk, select the port, and go to the select as a trunk, VLAN mode as a trunk, and by default the default VLAN is VLAN number 1, and it's going to pick the IP address. The AP is going to pick the IP address from VLAN number 1, and the tag VLAN is 10, 20 and 30. Then by default the untagged VLAN is VLAN number 1. Say OK. Thank you. Then right now my PC. So my PC is by default it has a trunk, but where is my port, which is 11? So by default it's in untagged. Okay, it's going to access the default VLAN is 1. That's okay for me, because computers, they don't understand what is VLAN and all. So this is the basic configuration that I did it, guys. So this is the configuration so far. I have done it at the switch side. So now I'm going back to my router. So for that, what you have to do, just go to, by the way, I just want to go to the access point. That is better for me, I think so. So let's go to the access point. So this is 1.12, that is the IP address for my access point, and let's go and click on the admin and click login. So I'm going to log in now. Once you log in, just go to the configuration. Then after that you can click on the LAN. So you can see here the VLAN list. So I'm going to the VLAN, then click on add. So I'm going to add the VLAN ID 10. So name is staff, LAN network, which is my LAN 1. say apply. Then after that I want to add one more VLAN, which is VLAN number 20. This is my management, and as you know that I have a single port which is LAN 1. So I'm tagging this one, guys. Then after that go to the third, which is 30. Then this is called guest. Then this is going to associate to the same port. That's it. Now one more interesting thing, you can see here interface VLAN. So right now this port 1 I have configured as a trunk, and there is no untagged, so by default it will be VLAN number 1. So all the VLANs I am going to tag here. Yeah, so you nothing to worry about these settings. Then after that go to the wireless LAN and create one SSID. So I'm going to give it to you like a VLAN number 10. Okay, SSID. Then I just want to give you the basic password. Then after that you can say apply, and you can see here we need to associate this SSID into VLAN number 10, right guys? So for that what you are going to do, you need to go to the edit. Once this process is done, I will go through the edit and I am going to assign this SSID to VLAN number 10. So just wait for a few seconds now. It's just processing. Thank you very much. Go to the edit and you can see here this is the VLAN ID. I want to associate to VLAN number 10. Then say apply. So wait for a few seconds. Then after that you will get a prompt like a OK. So it's in the processing. Thank you. Then I want to create one more SSID. Let's click here and I want to create VLAN 20 SSID. Then I want to keep the same password, guys, which is p@ssw0rd. I believe I just want to start with capital P so that I will not forget it. Yeah. Then click on edit. So I just want to add the VLAN, which is VLAN 20, because this SSID belongs to VLAN number 20. Say apply. Then after that I am going to configure the third VLAN, third SSID, and I am going to associate with VLAN number 30. So that's a very simple and straightforward, guys. So most of the time whenever you have a requirement like to configure multiple SSIDs and each SSID you want to keep it into the different VLAN, this is how you are going to do it. So let's go and click on add again. So I want to say VLAN 30 SSID. I want to keep the same password again. Then click on the edit here. Then this belongs to VLAN number 30. That's it. Say apply. So wait for a few seconds. Now it's in the processing now. After that you will get a confirmation like OK. So which means it's configured successfully. So still it's in processing. Thank you so much. It's done. But I don't want this SSID, guys. So I want to delete this. Say delete. Say apply. So that I have a 3 SSIDs now. One for VLAN number 10 and I have tagged to the VLAN number 10, and one other for VLAN number 20 I have tagged to VLAN 20, and third for VLAN 30 and I have tagged to VLAN 30. So I created 3 SSIDs, one for staff, one for management and one for guest. That's it. So now just wait for confirmation now. Thank you so much. So far what I did here, I have configured 3 SSIDs with 3 different VLANs. Now I'm moving back to my router. So this is what tricky part, guys. So here when you are going to set up, by default if it is a single LAN, everything is fine. But whenever you want to configure multiple LANs, that is the place where you are going to hiccups, right? So nothing to worry. So as I told you earlier, okay, let's go and log in now. As I told you earlier, so make it, this is going to be auto logout, so I make it off, so that you just go here LAN and click on the VLAN. Okay, then you can select enable. So it's very simple, guys. P2, P4, P9, P10, P11 and P12, these 4 ports are belongs to a LAN. How? You can go to the port setup here. You can see here P2 is belongs to a LAN. So I want to make it as a WAN to avoid the confuse. P4 is also belongs to a LAN, but I want to make it as a WAN. But P9 to P12, they are dedicatedly, we need to use it for LAN. So there is a 4 ports from P9 to P12, dedicatedly we are going to use it for LAN. And P1 to P8, either you want to use it as a LAN or you want to use it as a WAN. The choice is yours. So which means you can terminate total 8 internet connections directly. Wow, what a beautiful, guys. Thanks to DrayTek. So now you can press OK to reboot. So I'm going to rebooting this. So meanwhile, what I will do now, I'm going to pause this video, guys. Then after that, I'm going to access it again. Okay, I'm going to pause now. There you go. It got successfully rebooted. And now I'm going to enter my default username admin, default password is admin. Then after that, you can click login. Thank you. Thank you. Then move back to the LAN and you can click here on VLAN. And you can see here now I can see port number 9, port number 10, 11 and 12. So this is what tricky part, guys. So first thing is that port number 9, port number 10, port number 11, port number 12, I want to keep it as a LAN 1. Okay. So in case if you want to access your device, either you can keep it in port number 9, 10, 11, 12 and this belongs to LAN 1 subnet. So LAN 1 subnet is nothing but which is 192.168.1. So I want to tag, okay, no problem, thank you, I know that, okay, I understand the risk, say confirm. Okay, now port number 9, I want to keep it into LAN 2 and here I want to enable the VLAN ID. Okay guys, so this is I want to keep it VLAN number 10. Then after that, VLAN number 2, I want to make it as LAN 3. Then I am going to enable the VLAN tag as 20. And port number 10, port number 9, I'm sorry. And I'm going to add the subnet LAN 4. Then after that, I want to make it as a 30. Okay guys. And here, don't get confused. Let me take my pen, guys. Let me take my pen. Even if you want, you can say here VLAN ID 0, which means it's a native VLAN, so it doesn't carry any VLAN ID or anything. So in case if you want to keep it, but I don't want to do anything here. Port number 9, port number 10, port number 11 and port number 12 by default or belongs to LAN 1 subnet, guys. Okay, and port number 9, what I did, I just add LAN 2 subnet. For VLAN number 10, I am going to tag it. And port number 9, I have added one more subnet which is LAN 3 and I have tagged the VLAN number 20 and 30. You get my point, guys? So simply you need to understand, guys, especially if you are coming from different vendor background, we call it as a trunk, right? And we say allowed the VLAN 10, 20 and 30 on through which port? Port number 9. So port number 9, I made it as a trunk and I am allowing the VLAN number 10, 20 and 30. That's it. If any traffic which is going to comes without VLAN tag, it will fall under into LAN number 1. So that is like, you know, some people they can call it as a default VLAN. Some vendors they used to call it as a native VLAN like that. So you nothing to worry about it. Anyway, it's really fun for me. So now I just want to go down and I want to click OK. Now say OK now. Thank you very much. Say OK. So click OK now. It's going to reboot. And here the advantage, guys, before it comes back the device, I want to tell you something here. So by default, DrayTek they did one good job. That is, for example, LAN 1, they configured the subnet as 192.168.1.0. For LAN 2, they configured the subnet as 2.0. For LAN 3, they configured 3.0. For LAN 4, they configured 4.0. So those subnets are already created. If you want to change those subnets, you can do it. Okay, let's go and log in now. If you want to change those subnets, you can change it. It's up to you. You can see here, go to the LAN and click on the general setup. You can see here, those subnets are enabled and DHCP is enabled by default for those. So if you want to change according to your requirement, you can change it. That's not a problem. But I don't want to do any changes, guys, because already the video is getting very lengthy. So that's why I don't want to do any changes here. But again, I want to show it here. Try to see multiple times this if you want. Okay, so by default port number 9, the LAN 1 is a untagged traffic. So by default any traffic which is going to comes without VLAN tag, it will fall under into LAN 1 subnet. And port number 9, it comes with any traffic which is coming from VLAN number 10, it's going to fall under to LAN 2 subnet. If it is 20, LAN 3, 30, LAN 4. So what are the subnets? You can see 192.168.1.1, 2.1, 3.1 and 4.1. In case if you want to change, click on the details page and you can do the changes. I hope everybody is clear what I'm trying to talk here, guys. So if you want, you can see multiple times this video so that you will get some idea. Okay, in case if you want to do inter-LAN routing between one VLAN to another VLAN, just you can select this. Then after that LAN 1 can talk to LAN 1, LAN 1 can talk to LAN 2. If you enable this, LAN 1 can talk to LAN 3. You can enable this. And LAN 2 can talk to LAN 2 by default. And once you enable this, hope you guys are clear. Once you enable this, then it's automatically get enabled for you to make a communication. And LAN 2 can talk to LAN 2. And LAN 1, if you want LAN, if you see here, there is a, this is section belongs to a LAN. You need to select like this, guys. LAN 1 can talk to LAN 1. LAN 2 can talk to LAN 1 or not, you need to enable it. LAN 3 can talk to LAN 1 or not, you need to enable it here. LAN 4 can talk to LAN 1 or not, you need to enable it here. Don't get confused. Okay, then again LAN 2 can talk to LAN 2. If you want to LAN 3 want to talk to LAN 2, just make it enable. LAN 4 want to talk to LAN 2, you can enable it here. That's what, because you know it's very simple and straightforward, but first time whenever you are trying to do, maybe you get little bit confused. So that's why you can just watch my video multiple times so that you will get some idea. Okay guys, now you are ready now. So I didn't lose the connectivity, everything is done. Okay, you can see here, so far everything is good. And you can see here, even I didn't lose the access point, I didn't lose my switch, I didn't lose my DrayTek router, everything is fine, it's working good. So now the testing phase. So far I did it, guys, it's a testing phase. And also one more thing, you just go to my DrayTek router, go to the diagnostics, click on the routing table. You can see here, by default in the routing table you can see 1, 2, 3 and 4, and this is my WAN network. So any unknown traffic which is going to pass through this 254.1. So first thing, I want to check whether my SSID is broadcasting or not. How? So I told you I have a 2 screens, right guys? If you see my previous videos, I have a 2 screens. So right now I'm going to disable this. Okay, but before that I'm going to enable it, my Wi-Fi, and I want to configure my first SSID. What is that? Which is VLAN number 10. Okay, click on that. You guys cannot able to see it, but I can see here. Connect the password, capital P@SSW0RD. Say next, say no. Thanks a lot. You guys can see here VLAN number 10 SSID is connected. So I want to check what IP address this guy has picked up. Just double click on here and you can move here, go to the details. Then you can see it picked the IP address from 192.168.2. So it's not from VLAN number 1, it's VLAN number 2, right guys? VLAN number 2 belongs to VLAN number 10. So perfect, thank you so much. But I want to check whether I'm getting internet or not. That's one more thing, guys. Yeah, that is one more thing. So for that, ping 192.168. What is the IP address, which is 2.1? Thank you so much. And ping 4.2.2. I'll keep continuously. So it's working fine, guys. Now I want to connect for, okay, let's close this, and I want to connect now with VLAN number 20. So let's click, and by the way, I want to stop this one, guys, disable this. Okay, don't get, you know, so that now you can see I am connecting through. Oh, what happened? Yeah, thank you so much. Now it's going through, my traffic is going through my Wi-Fi. Okay, thanks a lot. Okay, now what I'm going to do now, let's go to VLAN 20. Let's connect now. So VLAN 20 is nothing but this is LAN 3, right? Let's go and connect it now. So next, say no. I'm connecting to VLAN number 20, guys. See, VLAN 20 is connected now. Let's go and check what IP address this guy has picked up. Okay, go to the details. Yes, thanks a lot. It coming from 3. That's good. And also I'm getting internet as well. Few drops is there, it's okay, because while I'm trying to connect my SSID, it happened like that. So now I'm going to connecting to VLAN number 30. So that is belongs to LAN 4. So let's go and do that. So connect. So again you will find some drops. Say connect, say next, say no. There you can see here VLAN number 30 has connected. So double click here and you can see the details. So I can see 4.2. So this is what exactly guys, how it's working. I hope you guys are enjoying my video guys. In case if you are getting any doubts, okay, you can just, what you can do, you can just reach out us, okay, or you can visit multiple times. You can try to see this video multiple times guys. Very simple and straightforward, okay. In case if you want to see this one as a demo, or if you have any sales related inquiries, please send us an email, sales@datavoice.com. For support, please send us an email, support@datavoice.com. I hope this has been informative and I would like to thank you for viewing.